All right, everyone. Well, this is a tutorial to show you how to use Presence. I'm sure by now, hopefully you have heard about Presence already. Presence is our new online tracking software that will allow for student organizations as well as us as a student life division to track and see who is attending our events, different type of demographics, things like that, so we can have some data, as well as it allows for our student organizations to have more access to the events and just have a little more information as well as a place to market. So if you come to the main website, and the website is usca.presence.io, you type that in. This is what anybody who logs on will see. You can see we have some of the organizations coming up. We have SNA, Esports Club, Campus Rec, Peer Health Educators, and then some events coming up. We have a hypnotist, tailgate, throwback party, throwback time machine. This is all for our homecoming events. And also, too, you can see that we have our Twitter and Facebook connections to it. You can also do this when it comes to your organizations as well. You can add your own social media. Some forms and stuff you need to be aware about. If you have someone who's interested in an application for a new student organization, they'll go right here. We will be getting soon our graduation regalia application. Anything for a liability release form. If you want to create your profile, you go to this link and the release of liability and medical information form. So hopefully by now, since you are a registered organization, all you have to do is just create a profile. So I'll walk you through that process real quick. So you simply click on that link, which will require you to log in. So this is connected through Banner, so all of our students have access. But if you would like to have access, you just simply need to email me, and I can grant you access and just add you onto that. Typically, I have the students create the organization, but maybe you can show them this video. That will help them out. And it's just like a typical our paper format. It's just online. You put your name, what it's about, the categories of what it might be. If it's a honor society, if it's a club sport. If it's a department, general interest, housing, and political, religious, anything like that. You can put your meeting times and locations. So if you meet, at 12 every day, you can put that in as well as location. So say you meet in the Penland Building or the B&E, anything like that. You can upload any kind of flyer, or if you have a logo, as well as this is where you add your social media information. You simply will just copy and paste your Facebook page, and then you put your Twitter handle. So if it's at involved is the student life, so you just add that in and that will go from it. Contact information, that can either be yours or the president or anybody else, and then you would add your name to it, and you can also add members as well. Just to show you what a page can look like, we will go to the Greek Life office. So this is if it's a Greek Life service, general interest, student life. Here's just a basic description about it. Here's the mission of it. If you would like to contact someone, that's where you put the contact information. They can put their name, the subject, and then the message, and then that will get sent to whoever is the contact. So if it's you or if it's a student leader. Sometimes you can, depending on your organization, you can make it to where it's open. So anytime anybody joins it, they get specific information about yours, and I'll show you how to do that or what that does in a second. But if you're like an honor society or like a fraternity or sorority that has certain requirements to join, you can make that to where it's a private and not just anybody can join. So kind of show you how you can market yourself. So with events, so this is with my specific page. So the natatorium hours, I'm a member of the Campus Rec and Wellness, so that pops up. So right now that's the only things that we have because events populate 1 month out. So we just have a whole bunch of natatorium hours. But if you were interested in international relations, it would pop up those with diverse initiatives. Anybody who tags their organization with that will show up there. So I'm going to show you what it looks like once you become an admin of it. Now mine's going to look a lot different than yours because I have access to everything, not just a specific organization or anything like that. So if you have something that pops up that you need to complete, it'll be up in this area. But if you want to create an event and then also how to see how that event looks. So if you want to create an event, you go where it says Manage, you go to Events, and then you just simply click the plus sign. And then once that loads up, it's a very easy process. So you put the event name, so we'll do test. So we'll do host, we'll say it's the Student Life Office, so Office of Student Life. You put about the event. This is a test of how to create an event. You put anything you want into that. You can make it bigger, as big as you would like, different fonts. If you want to bold it, italicize it, anything you'd like to do, center it, you can however you like to do it. Time and location, we'll just set it for today. Location, say you want to have it in the SAC. Contact person, you would put yours down, or whoever's creating it, whoever you think should have it. Right, and then RSVP, so RSVP link. So if it requires any kind of link to sign up ahead of time, you would put that there. If you want to have a cover image, that is a flyer, anything, that's what I suggest. But if you just need to have something basic, I want to put a surfer there so people think that we're going to be taking a surfing trip. The biggest thing right now that you can do with events, and this will help us as well as you to keep track of events and who comes to them. Under tags, you need to put whatever you think it might be. If it's a Fall Fest event, if it has food, you would put food. If it's for Healthy for Life, depending on which one it is. If it's all four of these, you'd put those down. Homecoming. If it's an ICE event, be sure to list it as an ICE event. If it's a movie, if it involves leadership development, anything you think that it might be under one of these, you would click on it. If we don't have anything on there that you think should be there, if you simply just email me, we can definitely add that on there as well. This is more for your use. You don't have to use it if you have a budget. So say your budget is $1,000. I'm sure we all would love that. And say it cost me $500 to do it, as well as my attendance goal. After the event is done, you can go back and look at that as well. And then notes is just for you personally. You can add that in as well. And then if you want to hide it from non-members or only members can check in, you can do that as well. And then you simply come up here and click submit for approval. That will then come to me, and then once I approve it, it will be used. You can use it for your event. And then I'll show you how, I would explain to you how to do the check-in in just 1 second. So if you would like to look and see what your event looks like, as well as who attended it, you would click where it says assess. And so like I said, mine's a little bit different since I have access to everyone. But we can do the things that have happened in the past. So we can do, so I always like to go to Student Life Leadership Retreat that we had back in August. Oh, just kidding, we won't use that one. We'll use a different one. We will go to one table. So right here we can see that it was 350 people attended it. We had 350 unique attendees. That means it's the first time they've ever attended an event held on by a Student Life Office, or they don't have access. We had 73% were returners. They've been to a Student Life event. 97 of them were new. There's members, 349, but they're not members of the Student Life Office. The top location, it was in the Student Activity Center. And so that really gives you a way to see who all is attending, right? So we had 143 freshmen, only 63 sophomores, 63 juniors, 76 seniors. We can look at their major, if they were an athlete or not, and when they entered. We are currently now working on different things to add on to that, if they're a commuter, other kind of categories and demographics that you can have. So that's just a way that you can see how to track your event and different things like that. So when it comes to your event, you will create an event, and once you do that, you need to download. There are 2 apps, and I can provide you more information on that. One is called Checkpoint, and all you have to do with that is it gives you a pin. When you log into the event, it will give you, so if we look at one of these events and kind of show you, again, this is all for the ones that I'm a part of, but for you specifically, if you had one organization, it would just show you. All you have to do is simply input this pin, and then you scan the back of people's IDs, and that's all you have to do. Again, if you have any questions about this, I'm more than willing to sit down with you one-on-one, as well as if you need any help creating the organization.